Traveling abroad with your parents can sound like a very wholesome experience until your mom asks you for the 10th time what is allowed in her hand luggage. If you are planning a long distance trip with the family soon, I know how stressful it could be. In this video, I will share with you a attention level framework as a very simple way to manage your energy throughout the whole trip with your parents in order to keep them happy without you losing your sanity. Hello, I'm Nian. I'm a Taiwanese living in Germany. This summer, I traveled with my mom over 5 countries within 1 month. Here are the lessons I learned while traveling with my mom, which I wish somebody would have told me. Let's get right into it. The wave attention framework. Imagine a graph from the start to the end of your trip. The starting point will be your home, and the ending will also be your home. The middle part would be your vacation time, which is the destination countries. There are 3 stages on this line that you can manage your attention accordingly. The first stage is flying out. The second stage, settling down. And the third stage, coming back. The first stage, flying out, is where we should allocate most of our attention across the whole trip. Flying out can be divided by a point when you arrive at the airport. Before the airport, it can be very chaotic because you need to pack, you need to prepare. Parent asks a lot of questions. For example, my mom asked, where do I put my battery? Can I put my laptop in the luggage? What about my power bank? Packing everything as best as I can is the way of them feeling in control. So just answer their questions with patience and you will make them feel much more secure. On the day when you have to catch the plane, that is the day of the highest tension point of the whole vacation. This is what I call last mile transportation. You have to go from your home to the airport. This day is where everyone gets excited but also easily losing their temper. My tip to you here is to plan some buffer in case you or your parents forget anything at home. You still have time for the next train, for the next car, or you will not get lost in the traffic. When we flew from Taipei to Hamburg, we were already in front of the bus station and I realized I forgot to bring my SIM card. It's a very important thing to have my SIM card, otherwise my life will not function in Germany. So I had to cycle back from the bus station to my home with our city bike. My point here is on the day of transporting to the airport, prepare for yourself that anything could go wrong. Now, you arrive at the airport on time. The moment you arrive at the airport, your attention can immediately drop down because everything is well planned. You probably already know the airport procedure very well and you just have to do the standard check-in, drop in your luggage, go through the customs, find the boarding gate. Truly. Congratulations! Finally, you board on the plane. Such a nice feeling when you get into the aircraft. The meals, the ambience, it just gives you such a vacation vibe. It's 8 hours guilt-free Netflixing time where you can just sit and eat and watch movies. Of course, you have to make sure your parents are feeling comfortable. If you have some small sleeping kit, it will be very useful, including toothbrush and face wash to keep them fresh. It will be a very long trip, but this is where the attention level drops down. After your 8 hours, 6 hours long distance flight, you're about to land. If you're flying long distance, many of you will do a transfer flight. Transferring between different airports, I don't think you need to pay too much attention. You can go shopping, grab a beer. It's also very relaxing just to chill in the airport. It's like a nest to put you all together. You're in the middle of nowhere. You have weird time differences. You have jet lag. Just have to make sure your stuff will not get stolen when you are waiting in the airport for the transfer flight. After your second flight, you finally landing. It's the same airport thing. You need to do passport control, pick up your luggage, and get out of the airport. You also have last mile transportation from the airport to your hotel or Airbnb. Just keep your patience because you're almost there. Now we enter into stage 2, settling down. No matter how many days you're traveling, you'll probably have the similar pattern of going ups and downs. Because when we are traveling abroad with our parents, we become the travel guide, we are the translator, and then we are the Google Mapper. We have to navigate everything. So here is the medium attention stage. Usually you'll have to take care about 3 things. Transportation. Where's the train? Which platform do you catch the train? Which kind of tickets do you need to buy? All these logistic things. The second topic would be the sightseeing part. We're the one who's picking out the top sites to go. We have to book the tickets for the museum. What are some most important places that we cannot miss? And then you have to fit all the entry dates into your plan. The third topic would be food. What restaurants do we want to eat? Where is the supermarket that we can buy some stuff? Simple things like finding food to eat could rise a little bit of your attention if your parents are a little bit picky. I heard like some of my friends, his parents really have to eat some Asian food, even if they're traveling in Europe. So it's important to consider the food preference of your parents. During stage 2 of your vacation time, you can see every day will be a small bump of your attention level, but it's not like a crazy amount of energy drain.
妈，你还好吗？
All trips go to an end. It's the stage 3, coming back. Stage 3 is basically the same as stage 1. You also have to pack, you have to manage your last mile to the airport. The only difference is now your luggage is more packed with all the random souvenirs. The same framework applies. High attention level before the airport, it drops when you reach the airport. Hopefully your parents will be reviewing the pictures happily on the airplane on their way back, just as my mom do. Mistakes I've made. After sharing this wave attention framework, I thought about the highlights I've learned when I come back from the trip. Here are some 5 mistakes I made so you don't have to. The first one, it's not book window seats for my parents early enough. If your parents rarely take long distance flight, book them a window seat. I didn't do that the first time my mom came to visit me in Germany. I gave her an aisle seat because I thought it's easier for her to get up and go to the toilet, and when she sleeps, nobody would disturb her. What I realized this year when I take the flight with her is that book your parents a window seat, you will see a very big smile on their face. They will be glued to the window. It's so nice to see my mom as excited as a kid. She was looking outside on the cloud on the mountain. I regretted that I didn't book her a window seat earlier. The second mistake I made was booking too less luggage weight. For this, I'm referring to the short distance flight within Europe. My mom and I would travel from Germany to Greece and many other countries. I would suggest try to book 1 luggage but with more weights. With a cheap airline in Europe, usually you can choose to book 1 luggage with 16 or 23 kilograms. There are many cobblestone streets in Europe, so it's easier if you just have to drag 1 luggage instead of 2. But also, you should not have too little luggage weight. My mom and I had quite a lot of stuff. If you consider you're gonna buy some new stuff when you're traveling, it's gonna add up very quickly. Every time you switch accommodation, you have to pack everything. Like this also costs stress. So my mistake was that I tried to save money there. I would really say go up with the weight while keeping as 1 luggage. The third mistake I made was over-research on Google Maps. I don't know if it's relatable for all of you out there, young people always trusting Google Map or whatever reviews online. If I want to eat anything, I would check the Google Map stars, even though I know it's not accurate. I tend to rely on external reviews before I'm willing to commit to try something, but it's taking the joy out of the traveling. I will be walking all the time on the street with my mom, and actually I cannot enjoy the street view because I'm always on my phone. So you cannot enjoy the trees, the bird, the different architecture. Yeah, of course, you try to remind yourself, I have to live in the moment, but your phone is always constantly at your side and you're not disconnected from your phone, which is the reason why you want to go on vacation. Just allow yourself to screw up the food you choose sometimes. Pay attention to your parents. Enjoy talking with them instead of spending way too much time on ChatGPT, on Google Map, asking what are the 3 best places I can go around this area. The fourth mistake that I made was that I planned the trip way too compact, as if my mom is also as young as me. Sometimes we forget that they're not young anymore. Make sure that you scheduling some breaks in between. Consider that your parents are not as fit as they were in your memory. You can go hiking and sightseeing during the day, but in the afternoon, instead of going to that coffee shop that you really want, just sit in a park or go home and just chill. I know it sounds not easy because your parents make time to come over. You want to make the most out of your time. But my mom has such sore legs after I planned 2 or 3 days sightseeing in Athens. For her, it's still a lot of walking because in Athens, it's a lot of hills and stones. The point here is that you are traveling with your parents, right? And we want them to have a good memory. It's important to make sure that they're also having fun and feel comfortable. The fifth mistake I made was that I didn't plan for any resting time for myself. I thought I will have every day the same attention and energy level. The truth is you might get a bit tired after 3 or 5 days because we have to be constantly planning, organizing, taking care of things, thinking forward, thinking backward. If you're the kind of person who wants to give your parents the best experience because you love them, you probably prepare a lot of itinerary, and in a way, you are executing a project. So allow yourself some lazy day. Just check out a breakfast place without overthinking it. Sit in a coffee shop, walk down the street where you live, just absorbing the vibe. Allow yourself to waste the day. And it will never get wasted. You probably will find yourself having more fun because you relax, and your parents also feel like they can relax today. If I allow myself to have one day of winding down, doing nothing, then the next day I'm motivated again to show us the new thing. What's the point of vacation, right? You want to have the best time with the parents and you want to feel recharged. Here's the takeaway. Stage 1 sets the tone for the rest of the trip. If you give your most attention and patience at this stage before you even arrive at the airport, you're gonna set yourself and your parents up for success. I hope this WAVE attention framework allows you to make sense of how the process looks like when you travel with your parents. Traveling with parents can definitely be stressful, but it's also gonna be one of the most rewarding experiences you'll ever have made. Have a nice vacation. Bye!